Okay, so we want to get into our next topic, which is there in the Olympics a doping double standard? So we found out today that there is an Olympic figure skater. She's 15 years old and she's Russian. She they found performance enhancing drugs in her system.
Two
Now
of them.
they're claiming she's claiming that it must have got into her system because she shared a glass of water with her grandfather, and supposedly this same heart some the drug that was found in her system is also used as some sort of heart medication, or can be used as some sort of heart medication. um, and we find out that Sha'Carri Richardson is calling foul, saying that they feel like she was suspended because she's black, but they're giving this white 15-year-old figure figure skater a pass and still allowing her to compete. Although she won't be eligible to get her medals until the investigation is completed, they're still allowing her to compete.
She shouldn't even
So
be allowed to
what do
do
you guys
that.
think?
That's not even fair to the other skaters. I've been on go on this topic all day. I'm sorry for jumping in like this,
It's
guys,
okay.
because this shit really is under my skin. Although she is 15 years old, we know that these 15-year-olds aren't the average 15-year old. Okay, so her grandfather had this medication plus another because she had two in her system, but the other one wasn't contraband, just the one, because it did give you stamina. It was a topical cream or something. Because how else does that work? You share the glass or whatever. Ain't nobody trying to
It
like.
was bullcrap.
It's bullcrap. But for me, I'm assuming, and like we all do, and when I assume shit, it really makes sense to me. So, um, we're not dealing with your average 15-year-old. I'm sure she knew that this heart medication um what entail in this heart medication. I ultimately think that if she thought that if she used this, they wouldn't be able to detect it because of the form of medication that it was. I'm not ingesting it. I'm not injecting it if I just rub it in on me. Like they're not going to be able to, detect that or whatever. Let's just say that scenario. If that wasn't the scenario, her trainers knew about the contraband. Regardless of what, there was contraband. It was not allowed. And for that reason alone, she should be held accountable, and so should her trainers. They should be held accountable because even allowing her to continue to perform is not fair to the other skaters.
No, it's
Because
not.
she was already coming out to be number one and to win it all. So how is that fair to the other ladies that she's skating with?
It's not fair to any
Sha'Carri
of the. It's not only
Richardson,
unfair to the other skaters, but it's unfair to the other athletes.
absolutely. And Sha'Carri Richardson smoked weed, which we know is not enhancing her ability to run in any way. If anything, it was harming it. She took accountability for that shit, even though when she smoked it, it was legal where she was at. Like, you know what I'm saying? She took account. She ate that shit. I'm gonna just say that she ate that.
But you know
But
what?
then,
I
then you
believe
got
that was the
this
problem,
little
though.
white girl that's Russian, and she still gets to go. Tell me that it's not a double standard.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it's a double standard. All right. So I think how the Russian girl is skating by is because it's basically an arbitration. All right. And even though it doesn't happen to black people, a lot of times you're innocent until proven guilty. And that would make more sense to the reason why they're allowing her to perform, but she can't get her medal until after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So even if she wins, right, and it comes back and she's guilty, they're gonna strip her of her title or whatever,
What's
and
the
then
point?
it'll go down the line. Now
What's
what
the
our
point of that?
girl,
So
I
to
think the
me,
problem with our girl
what you're
is
saying is
the fact that she just came out and was like, "Yeah, I smoked it." No, you're supposed to deny that shit. Like, what hood did you
that's
come
what I
from?
was getting ready to say to you. So what you're saying is it would have been more beneficial for Sha'Carri Richardson to lie and say she was running past somebody who was smoking some weed. She didn't actually smoke it. Like
It would have been, listen, it would have
she
been
was forthright
beneficial
and
for
said
her not to
admitted
smoke
that
it
she
at
did it.
all, right? For her not to smoke it at all. You know what I mean? It's amazing how.
It was weird.
So,
Her mom did that. Like, come
so it's
on.
amazing
Like,
how her team. Now, listen, I'm from both sides of the tracks, right? And I know of stuff that is guaranteed to get that out of your system. Guaranteed. I got friends that have used it. You know what I'm saying?
you
Like,
preaching to
why
the
didn't her
choir.
team?
Like,
Why? Why didn't her team like listen? You're hot. You need to drink this and drink a gallon of water. You know what I'm saying? And get that out of your system because the rules are the rules. You know what
but
I'm
I
saying?
think that whenever they do those testing, I'm sure they're random. I'm sure they're not like, oh, Thursday the 23rd you're going in to be tested, because if they did that, then people could prepare for that. It's probably like you show up for practice or you show up for training. Oh, by the way, you got to go piss, because that's usually how they do drug tests. Because I've been random drug tests. Okay, so I do know how that works. The double standard comes in where the rules apply to Sha'Carri, and those same set of rules didn't apply to this Russian girl because she's 15. That's what they kept saying, because she was 15 years old, so she was protected under certain rules and law. That's a double standard. And it's not fair.
But I mean, if they have the rules and laws that she's protected under, it kind of ain't a double standard. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when Sha'Carri when she got banned, there was a white chick that got banned too. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a white American that got banned. I think she was American that got banned. I think she did something like she ate poppy seeds or something like that. But it was crazy because they were like, "Oh, Shakira's not allowed to run." I'm like, "But wait a minute." They kicked that girl out of the Olympics, banned her from the next Olympics, took this off of her, took that off of her. You know what I'm saying? And she was white. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a double standard. If the girl is skating because she's getting past these laws, you can't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to change the law.
I get that part too, but why those laws or rules are still in place, I feel like everybody needs to abide by those rules. Her still being allowed to skate, and she was found positive. She shouldn't have been allowed to skate at all. It's not fair to nobody, no matter how you look at it.
She shouldn't have been allowed to skate.
Like, she should have been stripped, and if she's 15, hold the trainers accountable for her, because they know better. They know better. They know what she's allowed to take and what she's not allowed to take.
So Rayford, can you even what you saying they know better? That's probably why they try to slip her through, because when being that they know better, they probably know the loophole in the law.
But guess what else? I believe she knows too, because you are a world-class athlete. You're not somebody who's just a walk-on a high school team or something like that. You are a world-class athlete. You can't tell me, even at 15 years old, she was ignorant to this.
But you know what? But the thing about that is, so they're not performing for Russia or something like that. They're performing for somebody else because Russia got banned from the Olympics because they had a statewide doping program. So it was just normal. You know what I mean? So I don't even think they're like really performing for Russia. It's like
she's Russian, and it has something to do with Russia and their committee, their Olympic committee over there versus the Olympic committee over here, and this rule, that rule. Contraband is contraband. Contraband is contraband. You're not allowed to do it. You shouldn't be allowed to perform. And then figure it out. Oh, well. Oh, what if she wins gold? She's gonna be stripped of those, and then it's gonna be like, oh, how does that work? Because like, I don't want to get my shit after the fact. I don't want to get my shit after the fact. I want to know that I won gold right then and there. Don't strip her gold and be like, here goes you was the second person. You got silver. Here's the gold medal. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, she shouldn't be allowed to perform.
They do it all the time. But
double standard. It's a double standard, and it was weed. Fuck that shit. That shit is legal just about every fucking where, and it's not enhancing her running ability.
But it ain't legal in the Olympics,
not outside the United States.
Huh?
I know the Olympics is its own entity, so I understand
that. I understand that. And at the time that she
You go to
smoked the
jail for a
weed,
long time.
she was in training or whatever. So yeah, I get that. But again, her mom died. She hit the blunt. I ain't mad at you for it.
Kenya, don't go there. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
that don't got nothing to do
No,
with
that ain't no reason to hit the blunt. People
She
die
said
every
that.
day.
She took accountability for that. But
She
all
said
I
she
was saying was I
smoked
wasn't mad at her about doing it. Like, yeah, she was wrong for doing it. She took accountability. That was my whole point in saying that. She took accountability. She told the truth and she stood in what the fuck she did. I was never mad at that girl, regardless. Like, I wasn't mad at her.
I wasn't mad at her either.
And let's keep
But
it
I
real.
also see why she got suspended. She definitely should have been.
Her mom, dad.
And so should this Russian girl.
I ain't mad at her. I'm just with the thing that's going on now. I'm not sure if it's a double standard or not. I just think the girl and her team, you know, in that federation or whatever they belong to, they're trying to skate through. They know how to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? When you know what's in that, when you know what's in the hand, you know how to play the cards.
Especially if you got the right skin color, you can maneuver all the fuck over this map.
No, but what I look at it more like, it might not even be a racism thing. A lot of other countries don't like the United States though either. So give them a reason to ban somebody from the U.S. They'll do it. Russia, you know what I mean? Russia, like you said, they already got a doping scandal going on. So it's pretty much they're going to deny it till you find out what's really going on. And I hate to say it, I like that you don't let her skate until you find out if it's really. I like that. I like innocent until proven guilty. I actually like that. But again, it's a double standard to where I don't think it's racist. I think it's more something against the United States.
So basically, Sha'Carri should not have admitted it.
Time out though. She's already guilty. Like what part of that don't y'all understand? She was already found with it in her system. They're only waiting for arbitration to see if that's going to stand. She's already guilty of that. She got caught with the shit in her system. The test didn't lie.
So what if it don't stand?
It didn't stand because she was able to fight through the paperwork, the prints. That's what's going to make her win. Not the fact that she's going to get over on the drug test. She's guilty of that.
Well, kudos to her team for fighting it.
That's what I said. Whenever you got the right skin color, you can maneuver and do all types of shit. Like,
I can't. No.
Well, I think in this case, after everything that we're saying, maybe Sha'Carri being forthcoming about it, I admire her for being forthcoming, but maybe it was to her disadvantage because she probably still would have been able to compete if she would have fought it.
Yeah. And see, the only reason why I stay away from the double standard is because when that same year, when that white chick, she had poppy seeds or something like that, and they took her through the ringer. They like banned her from the Olympics completely, banned her from the next Olympics completely, took this off her. She can't do that. She can't compete here. Like they hit her hard and she was white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't like cheaters, period.
Well, that little 15-year-old girl is a cheater. Yeah, she ain't a cheater because she's 15. Like kids cheat too.
Oh yeah. It's the Olympics.
They definitely do.
Yeah, like so she ain't a cheater. If she can't be held accountable, hold somebody in her camp accountable for that shit. Somebody needs to be held accountable for that shit. Or it's gonna be looked at. It's gonna be looked at however anybody looks at that shit because it's not right. It don't make no sense.
Well, shout out to Sha'Carri for calling it out.
Yeah, for sure. And shout out to what's the skater's name? What's her name?
The speed skater.
The speed skater. Right? That's what you're talking about?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Why can't I remember her name? Erin.
What's her last name?
Johnson, I think. Fuck.
That's the skater. That's the skater that the white girl gave her position up so she could. Okay.
I had to look up her name. Jackson.
Jackson, okay.
Erin Jackson.